Shaving with Starr number 2. Welcome to Shaving with Starr. I'm as always your host. So yeah, just going to be doing a little shaving and then telling some stories. That's about it. So I'm a pretty smart guy. You know, like I did okay in school. You know, like even though I had a small class of only 23 to 30 people in my class, depending on who you talk to. I came in third. You know, came in right behind my best friend, who was valedictorian, and this other girl. And so you know, I got into college. You know, so I feel like I am somewhat. You know, I know some things, and I know how to study and pass and stuff like that. You know, it's rather easy. But I am a bit naive, a bit of a fool sometimes, especially around women. In particular, there was this girl when I was in, I think I must have been a junior in high school, I think, maybe a senior, and I was really active in the Methodist youth group councils that would meet between different churches in the area and the district and stuff, and there was this girl I met who was getting involved in that stuff too. I think her name was Stephanie. You know, and I meet her, and she meets me at a meeting, and she's like, "Oh, hey," you know, and like I ended up making out with her in front of this other girl that was on the council, like, because like she wanted to like think that she thought these guys were looking at her, so I was like, well, if I pretend to be your boyfriend, you know. And so then we start making out right in front of her. So, and I already had a reputation from church camp, which is a whole other story. But this girl, she was telling me like these crazy things, you know, about like that actually like she's a senior too, and that she's about to graduate, and actually her school is going to pay her to stay in high school even though she can graduate. And I'm like, oh man, that's kind of awesome, you know, like, wow, they're going to pay for your, and then, you know, if she stays in school another year, they're going to give her a full scholarship or something like that, you know. I've never heard this before, you know, like, it's always, once you graduate, you go to college, you know. And so, I was a bit impressed. Plus, this girl was cute, you know, like, I didn't have a lot of girlfriends when I was in high school, similar to how I am now as an adult. And, so I pretty much believed her. She also was telling me about this crazy, you know, concert she went to, you know, because we were, like, Methodists and stuff, like, you know, a lot of people were, like, trying to listen to cool Christian rock music. And DC Talk was like the rap rock band of the Christian world back then. It's like if you were cool, a cool Christian, you listened to DC Talk, you know, because they were like, you know, it was like they were doing a hip hop thing, you know, rapping about God and Jesus, but kind of like doing, you know, rock and roll songs, you know, around it. And she was telling me at a concert about this, you know, she went and saw DC Talk, like, they performed, like, at some youth group or something, and then, like, this girl got up and started grinding on, like, the lead singer, very sexual thing, and I was kind of like, man, that seems really contradictory, because they're so Christian, you'd think that maybe they wouldn't, be grinding with women like up on stage with everyone looking at them and going, that really represents God, So those are the two biggest things that she told me and I believed them like hook, scene, and like. I mean, I had some reservations about that DC talk thing, and she assured me that it happened. And I guess the third thing was that like she wanted to go out and see a movie, so I was like, all right, well, you want to go see, what are you going to see? And she was like, I want to go see that movie Toys that Robin Williams is in. I was like, yeah, I really like him. I want to go see that movie too. It seems like really cool and weird. And we all had high hopes for it, and it's okay. Watch it. I mean, I think they're trying to see what they're trying to do. LL Cool J's in it, and so we go to see that. But she asked if like this girl, a friend of hers, could come along, and I was like, sure, I don't care. And that girl drove, she drove over and they picked me up, at Mimi's place, my grandmother's, and we went to the movies and stuff. And I remember getting really mad because like there was this like hardcore military component to that movie where they're trying to deceive and make these toys and turn them into, and it was something where I was like, these people, these warmongers that live in our country, not the government necessarily, not the armed services, I'm not like putting blame on them. I'm talking about the warmongers, the people that want to go to war. I was really mad like after that movie because I'm like 17 and you're always mad at things. And so then I later found out that no, she was actually like a freshman, and she didn't have a driver's license yet, so she wasn't anywhere close to graduating. Her school was not going to give her a scholarship if she stayed in high school another year. And I couldn't verify, but DC Talk, I don't think ever did that with any girls, and so I believed it all. So I'm a little gullible, which can be a good thing and a bad thing sometimes. So anyway, all right, that's the last episode of Shaving with Starr. So I hope you enjoyed it. Keep your razors clean.